This video contains scenes of graphic violence that may not be suitable for all viewers.
Hey guys, me RYVIEWS here, and welcome to Movie Reviews, the show where I watch movies so you don't have to. I know I've made a lot of these by now, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm keep trying to find new ways that I can do this, and hopefully I'm finally trying to find a way that I can keep a rhythm with it. You never know, it's all mysterious and mysteries. Today is Valentine's Day, which meant it's a perfect opportunity to watch a Valentine's horror movie. Now, I really don't like horror that much. I never talk about horror ever, and just, you know, I don't get the fuss about horror movies. I've always thought they're weird and scary and violent, but I figured we'd watch one today because I don't watch horror often. In order to celebrate Valentine's Day, we're going to be looking at the 1981 holiday film, My Bloody Valentine. My Bloody Valentine is a Canadian slasher film about a crazed maniac who kills people off in the small town of Valentine Bluffs after his warnings about not having a Valentine's party are completely and utterly ignored by the idiotic, sex-having, and alcoholic young adult. This film was shot during the time Canada was encouraging people to shoot their movies up north by allowing filmmakers to get huge write-offs on production. This film faced censorship because, as most 80s horror films, the MPAA toned down their gore a ton. Enough of the nerd talk, let's get into watching people become single because a miner's killing off their significant other. The movie starts with a couple of happy miners waltzing through a mine shaft. They decide they're in the clear and start getting it on, or in this case, getting her suit off. Things start getting sexy when the mystery miner shoves the girl onto a conveniently placed spike. Guess she was his bloody Valentine. It's 2 days before Valentine's Day and the miners are coming out of the mines to shower and get ready to go home and see their girlfriends. Funny car scene ensues and they're off to a town named Valentine Bluffs that loves its namesake so much that they have a party coming up about it. And that's pretty nice. The miners' girlfriends, okay, not miners as in children miners, as in coal miners. We got it clear now? The miners' girlfriends are excited to see their boyfriends. The mayor and Mabel are discussing the plans for the first Valentine's party the town has had in 20 years. As they're entering the Union Hall, a dead man named Howard falls out. Just kidding. It's just a prank, bro! The mayor's son TJ walks out of the Union Hall as his dad walks in, apparently disappointed to be back working in the mine after returning from the West Coast. The mayor gets a mystery present with a warning and he opens it to find a human heart. Ew! He seems pretty nonchalant about it, to be honest. At a bar, the bartender named Happy tells the miners the dangers this town held 20 years ago. He explains that there was a Valentine's dance and that there were some miners in the mines below. There was an explosion in the mine and the 5 of the miners got stuck underground while the town continued to have their party. After 6 weeks, one man was found alive by the name of Harry Warden and he had eaten his fellow miners to survive. Protein. Harry Warden went to a mental hospital and came back a year later to take revenge on the supervisors who were very careless. Harry killed them with a pickaxe, carved out their hearts, and put them into candy boxes. He warned the town never to have another Valentine's party. Harry Warden also goes back to the mine every year in order to kill those who don't heed his warning. Of course, like the horror kids they are, no one actually cares. Turns out TJ's girl Sarah had left him for a blonde-haired buckaroo named Axel once TJ had left for the coast. Hey man, not her fault you left her in a town named after a holiday that is about love. Should've thought that one out better. The mayor and the chief take the heart to get examined by a coroner, and it turns out to be a real human heart of a young woman. They plan to go and see if Harry Warden is at his mental institution the next day. Elsewhere, a mystery miner stalks Mabel as she's at the laundromat. I don't know what's more killer, the miner about to stab her with a pickaxe or the price per load of laundry. Whew! The miner leaves a package for Mabel, and as she goes to look at it, the lights go out and the miner attacks her with his pickaxe. As the boys are out drinking, TJ and Axel have a conversation with Sarah, and Axel tells TJ to back off from Sarah, and TJ claims they both know who Sarah wants, implying that Sarah still loves him. It is now February 13th, and the chief is speaking with the mental hospital about Harry Warden. The lady there states there was never a Harry Warden at the hospital, and there are no files on him either. The chief begs her to keep looking and hangs up. Patty and Sarah are walking and talking and discussing about who Sarah's gonna pick for the dance. Sarah even says she doesn't want to go to the dance, but Patty convinces her and gives us some dramatic irony.
I may not get out alive.
The chief heads to the laundromat to find Mabel. He opens a dryer and finds Mabel's cooked corpse. Medium rare. The crime scene is being cleaned up at the laundromat, and the mayor and chief discuss what their plan of action will be. They settle on hiding Warden from the town as to not raise panic. They find another warning telling him to cancel the dance. The chief shuts down the Union Hall and explains to the kids that the party has been canceled due to the death of Mabel. He makes sure to tell them not to party, but never discloses the idea of Warden being back in town. TJ picks up Sarah, who shows little reluctance to this, and he takes her to a pretty waterfront view. Sarah asks why TJ never wrote to her or called her while he was gone. He explains he couldn't for some stupid reason, and that he had learned from his mistakes. Sarah cries some more as TJ tries to make amends. They also share a kiss. The kids plan to have a party in the mine, even though they've been told not to. Happy gives one last warning, which they yet again ignore! Jeez Louise, all are idiots! Happy makes his way over to mine and decides to set up a chain reaction miner in the door to scare the kids when they come the next day. He tests it out and laughs with glee as it works, But then he opens the door again and gets a pickaxe right in the head! Yeah! Oh, look at that. Oh, is an eyeball popping out? Disgusting! Killer drags his victim away. It is now February 14th and the town looks deserted as hell. That night, the kids head off to have their party. The chief receives another candy package, but when he opens it, it turns out to be an actual chocolate. Chief decides he's going to check out the mine, and as he's about to leave, he discovers a human heart candy box outside of the station. The note blames the chief for not stopping the mine party that he did not know about.
That might be a bit extreme for me, Harry. I don't see the point of blaming the chief for all this.
At the party, a guy named Dave wanders into the kitchen to marvel at the boiling vat of hot dogs when the killer miner sneaks up behind him and shoves his face into the hot boiling water. That poor lad just got boiled to death. TJ and Axel get into a fight over Sarah again, and Hollis manages to stop them. Axel walks out with a huff. Oh, poor Axel, you and your baby. Sarah tells TJ she just wants to be alone. Axel goes to his crybaby corner and sips his beer in agony. Partying continues when Sylvia and her boyfriend sneak off to, do what young characters in horror films always do.
Play cards! I'm just kidding. Yeah, they're gonna have sex.
As they're kissing, Sylvia's boyfriend decides to leave and go get some beers. This leaves Sylvia all by herself. The girls find a human heart in the hot dog vat, and a boy comically opens up a fridge and misses Dave's severed head. I actually laughed out loud at this scene. Back with Sylvia, the miner starts to attack. He drops suits on her that freak her the hell out. Lastly, the miner grabs her by the head and forces her onto a faucet. Ugh, it's cringy, gross. Ew. I guess that's one way to fix your water system. John then finds her dead in the showers. The kids decide to go down in the mine because nothing says romance like riding minecarts. That's how I got my Minecraft girlfriend. They beg to explore the mine and Hollis obliges. Mike and Harriet decide to split off from the group and get it on. They eventually find Dave and Sylvia are dead. Axel screams that it's Harry Warden and all hell breaks loose. TJ and Axel agree to go save the people down in the mines. The group is walking in the mine when they hear Harry Warden breaking the light bulbs.
That's why you should always carry a torch.
TJ finds the mine group and tells them that Harry Warden is back. Hollis and TJ leave Howard in charge of watching the girls as the two of them split up to search for clues.
Did he do it for a Scooby snack?
Hollis finds Mike and Harriet dead and in turn finds Warden, who promptly kills Hollis with a drill gun to the skull multiple times. Ouch, that looks painful. The miner gives Hollis's body to Howard, Patty, and Sarah as a gift, and he comes waltzing towards them. Howard runs away and leaves the girls behind. Axel finds Patty and Sarah. They begin to leave. TJ eventually catches up with them. As the kids get to the elevators, they see the button panel is broken. TJ decides they're all going to have to climb out of there. As they climb the ladder, Howard's body falls from the sky. The rope that has him by his neck takes his head clean off. They climb back down and go looking for a new path. Axel falls into the water and is presumed dead. Final three trudge on. The girls get separated from TJ when suddenly, Harry Warden! He swings his pickaxe straight into Patty's gut. Sarah is now our final girl. Above, the police finally arrive with the chief to save the day and head into the mine. TJ finds Sarah and they continue on through the mine yet again. Harry Warden catches up with TJ and Sarah and they all hop onto minecart. Warden and TJ get into a miner fight! Warden keeps on swinging, so TJ and Sarah duck into a tunnel with Warden in hot pursuit. The fight rages on and Sarah demasks the mystery miner to see that it's, oh my gosh, Axel! Didn't see that one coming. Turns out he had witnessed the original murder of his father by Warden and had been traumatized. TJ hits him and the cave collapses on Axel. The police finally arrive. The chief tells them he found out that Warden had actually died 5 years ago. Axel is seen on the other side of the collapsed cave and psychotically runs away, spouting nonsense and swearing that the whole town will one day die.
Daddy, gone away, Harry Warden made you pay.
And that's it. My Bloody Valentine was made for 2.3 million Canadian dollars, and in an opening weekend it made 5.6 million US dollars. I say that's a pretty good profit. It was directed by George Mahalka, and it currently sits at 47% on Rotten Tomatoes. I hope you enjoyed this video and your Valentine's Day, and I just want to give a reminder that no matter where you are today, no matter who you're celebrating with, even if you're single or if you're with someone, you're always loved, and I want you to never forget that. Now, if excuse me, I'm gonna go mine. I'll see you later. We'll see if I can craft something. All right, Harry, where are you?
Hey guys, me Rydog here.